everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So today we're going to start looking at new cars, potential new cars for the channel, because the Ibiza has now pretty much come to an end and it will be up for sale this week. Thoughts are now pointing towards what's going to be new for this channel, what cars are we going to be looking at. So I've got a couple of candidates I'd like to share with you, but also I'd like to hear your views as well. So look forward to seeing that in the comments, but in the meantime, let's take a look at a couple of cars that I've been watching out in my watch list. And also the Mclaren 650S comes up for auction today, so we're going to see live how much that car goes for in the end. So let's take a look at the first car. Okay, so if we look at the screen now, we see our first car here, which is a 2007 Golf R32. So let's look at the car here. So it's down as a category N and it's done 108,000 miles, which is what you're going to expect for vehicles of this age. Now the good thing about this car is it is a run and drive, which is important. Right, okay, so we're going to take a look now at the photos, and we're going to try and look at these photos in HD. So this side is looking pretty good, although there's something down the bottom here in the bottom corner, not sure what it is, but it looks like it could just be, might just be the photo. We'll take a look at another picture. Now the damage is clearly just on the front bumper here. So this front bumper has been hit. This is where the impact is, and if we just take a look at the first photo, just checking the wheels, and the wheels are straight on that one and that one, so whatever has hit their vehicle doesn't seem to have damaged the steering, so there's no broken knuckles there. I'm also looking at just looking at the wheels to see if they've been pushed back, and it doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of the vehicle. It's always difficult to tell in these photos because you're trying to see if there's any scratches on the vehicle. Although that does look like a scratch, I don't think it is. I think it's just a reflection by the looks of it, but does seem to be something down here. But again, it's so difficult to tell unless you see the car in the flesh. Okay, and the other side, again, doesn't seem to be anything, and that damage we saw on the back isn't anything by the looks of it. But again, very difficult to tell. Okay, interior, looking at that gear stick, it does look like it's automatic. Let's see what it says. 6-speed manual. Nope, it is a manual car, it says. Okay, and it's a leather interior as well, which is always good. Okay, back seats seem to be okay as well, no problems there. Got a legendary VR6 engine in there that's used in a number of vehicles. I had one in my TT. Okay, yeah, it is a manual because there's no gear stick, there's no automatic gear, which it will show in this here. So the engine check light is on, but not really worried about that. You need to put a meter on to see what that is. Okay, so the main damage does seem to be on this vehicle, just the front and this here. Now I did see that in one of the photos, so this does look like, so this rear quarter panel here will need to be sorted because of where that is. That might be able to push out, but it depends if it's pierced the skin, if it's done the paintwork, if it's a deep scratch as well. And if it's a sharp line, then you have to fill it. There's no alternative. Okay, so this is the first car that we're looking at. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so car number 2 on our list is another R32. This time it's a 2008 R32. You can see it here. So let's take a look at what this is. So first of all, it's a Cat N, which is always good. This one's done slightly less miles. I've done 104,000 miles, and it's telling us that the undercarriage is the main damage on the vehicle. Okay, so looking at the pictures, obviously the front bumper is off. That doesn't mean necessarily that it's being destroyed. It may just be that Copart have left it there. but it would suggest that it probably is damaged looking at the fact that it's there like that. Car is sitting quite low, so looks like it's probably had some aftermarket work done on it, lowered suspension or coilovers added to the vehicle. Now it mentioned that the undercarriage was damaged, so we'll take a look for that in a second, but we're just looking to see if there's any scratches or damage. It looks like there's, oh yeah, there we go. That looks like something here. Now whether that's just grease on the body or it's actually paintwork damage, can't really tell from these photos. Let's flick around and see if we can get a better view. So interior wise, nothing really special there, but the main thing we're looking for is to see if any airbags are deployed, and doesn't seem to be the case. That does look like an auto gearbox. Yep, 6-speed semi-automatic, so it is an auto gearbox. Don't know why they say semi-automatic. It's not like you got a clutch or anything. It is a DSG gearbox. Okay, right, let's take a look at these other photos. These photos aren't really good, to be fair. They're quite overexposed, but I guess they give us enough information to see what damage there is in the vehicle. So the seats look okay. Front of the vehicle, again, there's some marks on the bonnet. Can't really tell what they are, but we're not really concerned so much about that. It's the dents that we're looking for, because that would suggest that we may need to, or we could repair it. But yeah, that just looks like mud, just looks like dirt, so I don't think there's anything really to worry about there from the bonnet point of view. Inside we see that this vehicle is not running, so we don't know whether it runs. Does it say that it runs? It says engine start problem, so it does start, but for some reason they're not showing it running here. And in this picture you can see that this is an auto, because you've got the different gear selection there, so park, reverse, neutral, drive and sports mode. Okay, fine. Right, so any damage on that wing? Hard to tell. The wing may be pushed back. Looks like there's a little bit of a dent there. Now look at that wheel there. You can see that wheel is slightly offset there. That tells us that, I think if we look in the first picture, that wheel is straight. Picture number 2, offset. So there's our undercarriage. So it looks like it's popped. The steering arm has popped off for sure. And we could have some lower suspension, because that wheel does look pretty far back, doesn't it? Take a look at this picture again, more of a close-up. It does look pretty far back. Okay, and for some reason we're seeing a picture here of this wheel, so I'm not sure why that is, because the suspension looks like it's lowered, unless it's highlighting some kind of corrosion. I'm just looking because it looked like it was rust, but I don't think it is rust. I think it's just, yeah. So the wheels do look lowered, which means that it's had either coilovers fitted, etc. And in fact, if I saw that back exhaust, is that standard exhaust? Not sure. Could be. Okay, so that's all the pictures that we've got on this car. So at the moment it's at £100. That's the reason why I was looking at these cars in question. So, and this one's much nearer as well. This one's in Bristol as well, so it'll be cheaper to go and get this one as well. So that is car number 2. Now car number 3 is a bit of a special one, and I'll show you it. Okay, so car number 3 is a bit of a special one. It is an Audi S3, a Mark 1 Audi S3. Now why would I be interested in an Audi S3 when I already have one? Well, these Mark 1s are now attaining classic status now, and they are beginning to appreciate in price because they are so rare. And here, this one here, at the moment, nobody is bidding for it. It's a W reg, so what's that? I think W reg is a 1981. No, you idiot, it's 2000. It says it in the top corner over there. Car. Any damage on the vehicle? On the front? No damage on the front. It's got a bit of rust on the front there. Which you would expect from a vehicle of this age. But no damage. Actually, no, there's a bit of damage on that wing there, to be fair, by the looks of it. Didn't spot that before. So that wing there is definitely being damaged. On the side, that's why it's always good to do the HD pictures, because you can see all the damage. bit of a damage on the back there as well, on the rear quarter. So front wing and rear quarter has been damaged. It's been hit from behind, this car, obviously, isn't it? And it's hit the boot. Now, not sure whether that bumper can be saved. I would like to think it can be saved to keep this car as original as possible. Let's have a look again, see if there's anything in this picture. Doesn't seem to be any damage on this side, which is good. Okay, you can retell it's a Mark 1. The Mark 1s have the smaller reversing light. On the facelift one, the reversing light is bigger, or the white in the reversing light is bigger. So this is a generally Mark 1. The interior on this car is pretty good, actually. It's a pretty nice interior. It's all in good spec. There's a little bit of peel on the back there. You see that? It's just coming apart there slightly. And it's got an aftermarket radio. That's a shame. Trying to keep it original and everything. So an aftermarket radio that is not original. Let's take a look at the back here, see if there's anything that we need to be aware of. Nope, all looks good. Interior looks good. It's been well kept. And of course, the this engine is the same 1.8 engine that they fitted in the Audi TT as well. So there's plenty of parts on this. Obviously, the engine will need a good service to make sure that it's had all the belts changed, etc., and to keep it in good spec. This car has done 120,000 miles as well, which is not bad. Now, the dashboard, classic issue with these 80s and 90s Audis, that the dashboard goes, but you can get those fixed and replaced as well, so that's not much of a problem. So really, it's just this damage here in the back that we need to fix, and then the rear quarter here as well needs to be sorted out. So yeah, you can see that bit there, that needs to be done and dusted. So but because it's a base cut as well, that's not such a difficult one to match. So this car is a little bit out there in terms of my normal, but it's a classic car, and the reason why I'm looking at this car is because it's a good car to use as a semi-restoration. But I'd like to get your views on that. Tell me in the comments below whether you feel that this is a car worthwhile doing it. Okay, so we're coming really close to the time where the Mclaren is coming up for bid. Looking at the lane at the moment, we are already at 4,205 people are watching the auction as we speak, and that's bound to go up when the auction actually kicks off. The value of the car at the moment has hit £62,250. Anticipated sale of this car is going to be close to 70k and or above. So very interesting. Let's see what happens when the auction comes up. Right, so now the McLaren's up. So there's 4,393 people at the moment watching this auction.
Bonus time.
And it's already reached bonus time.
New bidder.
Oh, okay, here we go. People were starting to bid us, wondering what was happening then.
Bonus time.
Oh, it's with someone in the UK at the moment. 63,500 so far. First bonus time.
Bonus time.
Second bonus time. Is this going to be it?
Sold on approval.
And there you go. Okay, so there you have it. So the McLaren got to 63,500. That was a closing bid, and the car then went on to approval. Sadly, that bid was not accepted, so the McLaren is back in on for sale. So if you missed it the first time, you now have a second chance to go and bid for that car. And when you think about the car, it is quite a, it's a decent car. 63,000 was cheap. If you picked it up for that kind of money, then you would have had yourself a really good car. So it's back on for sale. Let's see what happens with it when it comes up again in the next few days or so. So what do you think of the cars that we were looking at? So we looked at the two R32s, and then the little joker in the pack was the S3, the Mark 1 S3. I do fancy doing a bit of a classic, and that would definitely be a classic because those cars now are appreciating in price, as I mentioned earlier on as well. So it would make for a good semi-restore. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Should I go for that, or should I look at the R32s? So it'll be interesting to hear what you guys have to say. So that's it for this week. If you enjoy this content, then don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down here as well. Click on that notification bell so you're notified whenever we release a new video. Okay, so we got some stuff coming up with our current cars. The Ibiza will be going, that's, like I said, that's out for sale this week, and then we'll be making some space. But we've got some mods that we've had for some time now on the S3, and that's going to be being installed. So you'll hear about that next week. So looking forward to your comments, and we will see you on Monday.